All right, welcome to the CanMonkey podcast show. Today I have Jason Anderson joining us from QR Clue, and I had the honor to get to meet you a couple times down the last couple conferences that we've had this year. And you and your new wife, Rachel, are just so pleasant to get to know, to talk to, and what you guys are bringing to the industry is very unique, and I've never seen before, and I'm sure no one really else has unless they've already talked to you. But without further ado, please introduce yourself, what your company does, and how you're helping people in the industry.
Yeah. So I'm Jason Anderson, and we're QR Clue. We found a unique way to create an escape room style experience for hosts to offer their guests inside their vacation rental properties. We made it as seamless as possible. Imagine just walking into a property and seeing a display stand on the kitchen counter or table that says "Start Here," and it just goes from it explains the instructions and everything. Start here. There's a video that explains the rules, where all the clues are hidden. There's going to be clues hidden throughout the property, so it turns the whole property into an escape room style experience. It's just one property or one clue to the next. Yeah, and we keep it in everyday locations: living room, bathrooms, kitchen. So it works for any type of property, really.
Are people sending you photos of their property ahead of time, and you're telling them where to place them, or are you telling them where to place the clues ahead of time?
Yeah, so we actually have an instruction video and instruction list of where each clue's set up. So they're strategically placed in every property, so there's no thinking about it. Uh, Seamless as possible. It takes 3 minutes to set up.
And is each property different where the locations would be?
No, they're the same for every property, just to make it easy.
And then, so what would someone be looking for? Like, what are some of the objects that you're hiding in these properties that guests would, be finding in their games?
Yeah, it could be something as seamless as like a picture frame, maybe a clock, maybe a coffee mug, just everyday items that are very unassuming in a property. And all the guests that come into the property wouldn't know otherwise because they don't know the property. So, as a host, it might look like off, but to a guest, it's pretty seamless.
So is it a picture frame that would go with the flow of the house? Or is it a picture frame that looks like it's out of place because it's part of a game?
It's a part of the game. Yeah, no, it's not specific to the house.
And then that would just be on the property going forward?
Yeah. So we always have the host set it up previous to the guest stay, whether it's every guest stay or if they want to upsell it. We don't recommend that, but hosts can, do an upcharge for it. But we do recommend they just set it up for every stay. That way, even if the guest doesn't know about it, it creates a really unique surprise and experience that the guest might not know the host had. And that's the whole reason of QR Clue, is to create a new and unique guest experience.
And so how does it necessarily work? So say I'm a host, I have a property that I have your QR Clue set up at. Then now if I have a guest staying with me, is this something that I tell them beforehand that they are able to join and play? Or is this something they see when they're looking at different Airbnbs to book, that they would know that we have this available? Or when would the guests learn about this concept at the Airbnb?
Yeah, that's a great question. So on their listing, we provide everything for the host to set up. We create several unique descriptions for their headlines. We also create custom listing photos that suggest that they have QR Clue. We also give them unique descriptions for them. So all they have to do is upload it onto their listing for Airbnb or VRBO. So it's all done for them. That way, guests scrolling through looking for a photo or we're looking for an Airbnb or a place to stay, it would catch their attention. We do suggest that photos are in the first 5 position. That way they see them because they show up when you're scrolling through your phone or your laptop.
And then how does the guest opt in to play that while they're at the Airbnb?
Yeah, so there's a start here stand on the kitchen counter or the table. With the QR code giving all the instructions. So they just scan it and it starts right from there. They enter in their information, which is another unique offering that we have, is we collect guest information. So every guest that plays the game opts in and provides the host the guest name and email for future marketing tactics, or welcome letters, or future discounts, or whatever you have.
How long does the game usually last?
Depends on the skill level of the player. So we've had it, typically it's 2 to 3 hours
Oh, wow.
on average. Yeah. So a 3-minute setup, or 2 to 3 hours. It progressively gets harder as it goes on. We've had folks get it done within, I think, 56 minutes is the fastest time. And it's not timed. So if you get stuck, or you want to come back later, or if you have things to do, you can pick it up the next day right where you left off.
That's awesome. What if someone, so say I was a guest at a property and I played this game at the Airbnb, and then now I'm going to a different state and I reach out to a new Airbnb and I ask if they have your QR clue and they say no. How quickly could someone get this set up into a property from reaching out to you sending them the setup and getting it all? What's the start to end timeline?
Yeah, from start to finish, from purchasing, we do have a form that the host has to fill out just to get information for their listing. We usually ship next day, and it could take 2 to 3 days depending on where you're at. But typically, it's 2 to 3 days in shipping, so anywhere in the U.S. Free shipping anywhere in the U.S.
That's awesome. So within 1 week, they can have a whole new setup for their Airbnb, a new attraction for their guests. So if they're staying in maybe a rural area where there's not much to do, but now they can give them some other things to do at the property by just using your service, right? And is it a subscription or is it a one-time fee, or how does it work?
Yeah, it is a monthly subscription. We do provide the guest names and email, and the services that we use do take providing the service. It is a monthly subscription.
So it's free to the guests, just the host pay for it?
Correct. Yep. And the host can upcharge for it if they choose, but we haven't seen that most hosts do. It's just, we've seen that it provides a great experience for the guests, and they would choose that property over another particular property, maybe if they didn't have all the amenities that check their boxes, just because it's something new and different. And that's the whole point of QR Clue, was we wanted to do something that was unique. You get back from doing whatever you're doing on your vacations, you have downtime. Not everybody wants to sit down and watch TV or Netflix. You can do that anytime, right? So, and that's what's so great, is it's dedicated to the vacation rental industry too. So you can't get this anywhere else except for a vacation rental property.
What made you want to start this? Were you at an Airbnb yourself and were getting bored and thought this would be cool to have, and went out there and saw there was no one doing it, so you just started it, or?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So I'm in the real estate industry, and Rachel, our co-founder, she's big into tech, and she's also into long-term leasing. And we definitely seen that there's a need for downtime in a vacation rental. But it was just an aha moment one night where we're like, man, we were going to turn her house into an actual escape room, a physical escape room, and list it on Airbnb. And we decided that that's pretty expensive to do and it's not scalable. But it hit us like, why don't we just have a kit that other hosts can do and just make it a lot easier and convenient, and we don't have to do all the construction. So that's where the idea came from.
I love it. And then from there, that's where it started. So is there just one game right now of the QR Clue, or do you guys have multiple different like setups, or is there just one series right now?
Yeah, so there's one storyline at the moment. We do plan out to come with more stories in the future. Studies have shown that repeat guests are about 1%. So it's not going to get saturated at one particular property very quickly. In the future, we'll have different storylines, so hosts can provide different stories, and with the guest information, they'll be able to contact them and let them know, hey, we got a new story, and which helps repeat guest stay.
Yeah, absolutely. And so if someone is listening to this right now and is curious about the game and wanting it at their Airbnb, how do they reach out to you? How do they find about you guys and start the next steps?
Yeah, we would recommend going to qrclue.com. That's our website. They can find all the information there. We're on all the platforms, Instagram, Facebook, they can find us there as well. They can reach out to us personally at hi@qrclue.com as well.
That's awesome. And Jason, again, thank you for all you guys are doing for the industry, adding some cool amenities to these Airbnb properties, spicing things up a little bit. I look forward to seeing you at the next conference. And if there's, anything else you could say to the audience, what is it right now for QR Clue?
Oh, man, we're so excited to be a part of the industry, and we're honored to be able to be in this industry, and we love it. We just want to create, a great guest experience and bring hospitality back. That's the core of, the short-term rental industry. And yeah, and you can also get on the website and use CanMonkey. You could save $40 off one prescription or subscription, and get going.
I love it. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it. And best of luck to you and have a great rest of your day.
Hey, thanks, Alex. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.